Disturbingly strange and bizarre. Historical facts you won't believe, but are completely true. 5. Part 1. Greece. In ancient Greece, people believed that wearing a wreath of celery would prevent drunkenness. It was a common practice at symposiums. Italy. In Renaissance Italy, women used a deadly cosmetic called Venetian ceruse to whiten their faces. It contained lead and caused skin damage, hair loss, and sometimes death. Canada. The town of Churchill in Canada has a polar bear jail, where problem polar bears are temporarily held until they can be safely released into the wild. Australia. The bunyip is a mythical creature from Aboriginal Australian folklore, described as a water spirit with a frightening cry. USA. In the early 20th century, radium was considered a miracle substance and used in various products, from cosmetics to toothpaste, leading to serious health issues and deaths. Part 2. Australia. The dingo fence in Australia is the world's longest fence, built to keep dingoes away from fertile land. It stretches over 5,600 kilometers. Russia. Catherine the Great of Russia had a room called the Amber Room, completely adorned in amber, gold, and precious gemstones. During World War II, the room mysteriously disappeared and remains lost to this day. India. India's War of the Plundering Ants was a conflict where two groups of warrior ants were pitted against each other for entertainment. Canada. Canada's balloon buster during World War I was named William Barker. He shot down 50 enemy aircraft, achieving legendary status. China. In ancient China, there was a bizarre belief in corpse walkers. They would reanimate the dead using a mix of mercury and vinegar and use them as cheap labor. Part 3. Norway. Norway knighted a penguin. In 2008, Sir Niels Olav, a king penguin, became a knight in the Norwegian Army Guard for his long-standing relationship with the Edinburgh Zoo. Japan. During the Edo period in Japan, men wore elaborate and decorative kimonos with intricate designs, which often weighed up to 44 pounds, showcasing their status and fashion sense. Italy. In the Renaissance, the Medici family had an ostrich as a pet in their villa, making it a symbol of power and wealth. USA. In the early 20th century, bathtub gin was a homemade alcoholic concoction created during Prohibition, often resulting in dangerous and toxic brews. France. The Great Emu War wasn't the only strange animal conflict. In France, there was the War of the Whiskers in the 17th century when rival French and Spanish factions fought over who had the superior mustaches. Part 4. Australia. Australia's dingo fence is the world's longest fence, stretching over 600 kilometers to keep dingoes away from fertile land. Italy. During the Renaissance, artists like Leonardo da Vinci performed dissections on human corpses to study anatomy. These clandestine dissections sometimes led to clashes with the church. India. The Garden of Five Senses in Delhi, India, features a unique sculpture garden with sensual art and installations aimed at stimulating all five senses of the visitors. Russia. The compromat is a form of political blackmail in Russia involving the use of compromising information to manipulate or control individuals. Italy. In Renaissance Italy, it was fashionable to have adulterated wine that contained crushed gemstones, gold or pearls, believing it had health benefits. Part 5. China. The ancient Chinese practice of concubinage involved emperors and nobles having multiple concubines. Some emperors had hundreds of them, leading to complex power dynamics and rivalries. USA. During the 1920s Prohibition era, people used speakeasies for secret bars and clubs where alcohol was served illegally, often hidden behind unassuming facades. India. In ancient India, the Kama Sutra, a comprehensive guide to human relationships and sexual desires, was written by Vatsyayana. It covers various aspects of human life beyond just the erotic. USA. In the early 1900s, people in the United States participated in pole-sitting contests, where they would sit atop tall poles for hours or even days as a bizarre form of endurance competition. Japan. During the Edo period in Japan, men wore elaborate and decorative kimonos with intricate designs, which often weighed up to 44 pounds, showcasing their status and fashion sense. Did you enjoy learning about these fascinating facts? Be sure to subscribe, and comment for more incredible Top 5 infotainment. Thanks for watching.